You guys, we are in Oklahoma still. Well, just one night in Oklahoma. This is the Marland Mansion in Ponca City. Be right back.
My apartment is a mess. There's no room for happy.
Okay, so the Marland Mansion was built by E.W. Marland. He was an oil tycoon from Pennsylvania. He had lost his money back there, came out here, and I think it was around 1911. Came out here and struck oil and built up. He has a house in town, an estate in town, and then he had traveled to Europe so much that he loved the mansions and villas there, and came back and built this place right here. They call it the mansion on the prairie. Him and his second wife lived in here. His first wife died before it was completed, so he was remarried and lived in here. His second wife was his niece, who him and his first wife adopted, and then when she passed away, he had the adoption annulled and then married her. Interesting, a little bit of a nice juicy gossip there for the neighbor town. So they went on a long honeymoon and then came back here, and he moved her into this place. Anyway,
what company did he?
He had the Conoco. He started the Conoco Oil Company, which was then merged with Phillips Petroleum.
Okay, here's definitely a grand entrance. And here's the doors we just came in. Yeah, look at this. Now we're just going to show you some of the highlights, just so that otherwise this is a huge mansion.
I guess I want to say that there's just so much history here with this house and in Ponca that it would get tedious and probably boring for you guys to hear it. I mean, the house is beautiful, so I mean, you can easily go onto YouTube or Google it to get all the details on this place, because it is pretty magnificent when you start to hear about it and read it. All original. This is original stuff.
Original Marland China. And I guess this is him right here. E.W. Station 2, breakfast room.
This was his favorite room.
Okay.
This. It's pretty cool.
1926 to 1928 they built this.
So this is only this small kitchen that was just for them, but when they had big parties, there's a bigger kitchen downstairs. And everything was transferred by dumbwaiter up here.
Here's the dumbwaiter.
So that's everything that comes from downstairs. And
yeah, that goes up and down from top floor to basement. The phone.
We're gonna get a picture of the dining room with me. Or sunroom. Sparing no expense, he gathered artisans from all over the world to create the castle. The Italian muralist is responsible for all the ornately painted ceilings throughout the mansion.
Wow! Each one of these ceilings most of them are different.
This was.
Look at these.
The ceiling in chinoiserie or Chinese Chippendale. This is the ballroom.
Station 6 is the ballroom.
Okay, this is the one that has the ceiling. Check out the ceiling. The ceiling pattern featuring gold leaf. I believe this was 14 karat gold leaf. Waterford crystal chandeliers. Let's see, to replace the ceiling and chandeliers today, the cost would be about $2 million.
This is how big this fireplace is. Take a look at the patio out here. A rainy day here in Ponca City. Okay, this is Station 7.
Okay. South salon or living room. This admitted guests to the mansion for parties. Oh, the arched entry right there. Admitted guests to the mansion for parties. Marland was fond of standing on the south entrance and looking across the vista. When the estate was still intact, Monument Road was lined with statuary, leading from the Pioneer Woman statue to the main gates.
That's the entrance where we came in right there. And I'm sorry, it looks like we're getting some glare here with the windows. The lens is cleaned off. I think it's just weird light coming in. Yeah, the lady said that this cost $5.5 million to build back in the mid-20s.
1925 to 28.
They only lived, it took 3 years to build, and then they only lived here for 3 years.
Italian stucco barrel ceiling is similar to the one in the dining room. Original painting, Bernard de Hoop. That's an original there. Dutch artist.
You guys can see they didn't have much light back in the day. What is this? Okay, Station 10.
George Marland's quarters. The adopted son.
The adopted son, who's actually his nephew.
Okay, so that's a sitting room.
It's like the first plain ceiling. Station 11.
George Marland's bedroom. This is his bedroom.
Okay, so these are guest bedrooms over here.
This one's George Marland's bedroom, though, right here.
Right here's George's bedroom. And I'll bet you that door goes into the sitting room.
Could be.
Looks like his actual furnishings too. Got the black ribbons on them.
So this is 12. This furniture was purchased for a teenage Lydia while living in the first Marland home on Grand Avenue. So there's guest bedroom.
Guest bedroom number 1.
Dumbwaiter with their intercom system. Guest bedroom number 2, Will Rogers suite.
So apparently
Will Rogers stayed here. He used to come visit.
Okay, Will Rogers slept here.
Original beds, original sofa. It's a llama wool rug. Yellow bathroom.
A llama wool rug. Wow. If you guys are anywhere near Ponca City, come check this out. This is pretty cool. A lot of history here. The oil industry. And he's got other properties in town too that are almost as magnificent. That's that dumbwaiter that goes down to the kitchen, Station 15. Station 17. Station 18, terrace suite number 3. Station 19. Here's the master bedroom. Master suite. Sweet. All it takes is money, people. All it takes is money. Kind of slacking on the ceilings upstairs, though. If you guys didn't catch that, This is a private entrance from that last suite, terrace suite bedroom that we saw. So I guess he put somebody in there that could sneak on over.
Let's see. Dressing room? Is that the dressing room almost? Walnut?
Yes, this is
Clothes.
the dressing room.
Alright, so this bathroom features
Ooh,
an electric sauna.
here's the electric sauna, I guess.
Believed to be one of the first in the United States. Some of the original bulbs are still in the place.
Gosh, don't touch a bulb when you're in there.
Ooh. The shower originally had 11 ceramic nozzles to create a jet effect.
Look at all these body sprays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yep.
When it was built, this house had central air and central heat, which was extraordinary for the time period. All it takes is money, people. Station 20, Lydia's quarters. Wonder if there's a private. Oh, there's a door going back there.
There's a door. Rounded corners. Windows rounded corners, very unique.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Air vent. The air vents are decorated with tiny carved flowers. The fireplace is carved from imported Italian pink marble.
So a private door from her bedroom to his bedroom, and a private door from that room to his quarters. Okay, so this is Lydia's dressing room and private bathroom.
Let's see. Dressing area here, I guess.
And back into the bedroom, and see, goes off into EW's. Favorite riding outfit.
Right outfit
And
and
she lived until 1987, so
her inaugural gown when he became governor.
Station 21. Look at these mosaic ceiling. Wow.
This is a 24 karat gold leaf to the canvas, then added the Renaissance style paintings.
Okay, now we're going down the basement. This is the grand stairway
It is grand.
and the Hall of Merriment. Do explain the Hall of Merriment, Lisa.
So, let me see if it's on here too.
We all like merriment.
So Marland did an international competition to create a pioneer woman. And from what I understand is he paid each of the 12 artists, sculptors, $10,000 to sculpt, make a sculpture showing a very strong female with a child, some kind of a young child with her. And once they were all created, he then took them on tour around the United States, and there was like 750,000 votes. This is the one that won the competition, that was voted majority.
And I think he got $100,000, right?
Yep, that one got 100,000. I spent money like water on my people and my town. They flourished and the town blossomed like a rose.
Okay, look at the ceiling. Look at the floor here.
Cabinets, hand-painted counters. colorful fish scale tile floors, excellent room, hammered solid copper of the hood hangs above the original gas range. Wow. It almost looked like it had some kind of a table or island right here because he was serving pouring something.
Look at the cabinets.
Poker room.
Poker room.
A poker room and tunnel.
Tunnel.
Or maybe that's it.
Apparently there's a tunnel somewhere. Where's the tunnel go?
Well, let's see. To the right of the Hunt Kitchen is the secret poker room where high-stakes games were played during Prohibition days. This room also houses a walk-in safe, which is right here, which disguises a narrow stair to the hidden whiskey room.
Oh,
The north door opens to a surprising 550-foot tunnel leading to the boathouse and the artist studio.
the boathouse.
And so is that it right there? It says not on tour?
Okay, here's the whiskey room. The secret tunnel. Down the stairs. Will Rogers said the South is dry and we'll vote dry. That is, everybody's sober enough to stagger to the polls. Hey, we're getting behind the scenes look here at the main kitchen.
This is mechanical areas here. Automatic fire doors that are original.
Oh, okay.
And a fire hydrant to your left that's original.
Uh-huh.
Staff stairway goes up 4 flights ultimately to the attic, and so there's just a back stairway.
Their sleeping quarters were all in the attic, right?
No.
Down one?
There were 2 rooms down this hallway, and they
okay.
were like dormitory rooms. There were probably 2 young ladies, 2 beds, a dresser, shared a bath. Everyone else had a cottage.
Oh, okay.
They had their own cottage.
Wow.
Entrance and exit for these folks, plus grocery entrance. They would have got bulk groceries.
Uh-huh, okay.
And then here's the kitchen.
Good.
Wow, okay. Yeah, that's a main kitchen, huh?
This is 1904, 1924.
1924?
1924.
Yeah.
Amazing. What his vision was to be able to do all
And that's
this.
nothing to do.
Uh-huh.
That's the same dumbwaiter that...
That's the one you've seen on the other floors. Yeah, it opens on opposite sides by different floors.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that dumbwaiter.
And,
That's an incinerator.
okay.
There were gas burners down here, and you just simply put your trash in and off you went. You didn't have to worry about EPA or anybody. It wasn't an issue back then.
Yeah, actually.
Open range, 3 ovens, a 4th oven was a bread oven, huge griddle.
What's this?
Dishwasher? No?
Yeah, no, it's actually sort of a rotisserie. It doesn't spin, but if you wanted to sear the meat just a little bit, you could cook it rare and then just have a sear on the edge of it.
Okay.
It's a weird looking thing.
Kind of a little grill, sort of.
Yeah,
Yeah, kind of. That's
Kind of that.
pressure cooker, huge skillet.
How long have you been involved with this?
20 years. About.
Back here.
In the corner is a pantry. In front of here is not original, obviously, but the pantry is original.
Original pantry back here.
If you're interested in that.
Pantry.
All the bins.
And things you might have seen in those days, not 100% accurate. You would have had flour and sugar and cornmeal, rice, beans, etc. would have gone over here, and then potatoes and onions. That
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of thing would have gone over there.
Bins there.
And then
That's back to the
yeah,
hallway
that would
then.
be back to those rooms. That
So
were
that would kind of like the deliveries would just come down this way. And
Exactly. Yep, same hallway. And then the other open door would have been a staff dining room. In those days, they would have taken their meals there. We have weddings essentially every weekend, so it's a bridal room today.
Is it still a working kitchen?
Caterers can serve from here, but they can't cook from here.
Okay.
Have to bring it cooked. They can keep it warm, serve it, plate it, clean it up, and whatever.
Gotcha.
So they can use, the sinks are good then? They can,
This one is not, but the others are.
so they can have something like that for cleanup and,
Right. And then again, the bridal room is here. Dark again today. Where you
Yeah.
all from?
Phoenix.
Oh. I went to the Fiesta Bowl this year. I had it.
Did you?
First time I was ever in Phoenix. It was fun. It was a great town.
Yeah, what was the date of that? It was like,
It was December 1st. No, it was January
January,
1st.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
January 1st, yeah. Saturday, January 1st.
so what, I'm sorry, what was this used to be?
This had been a dining room for the staff. We would have had one big table and 16 chairs, or 20 chairs, or whatever would have gone in here. But we have weddings, so this is the wedding room. Yeah, this is
Great.
stayed pretty busy with weddings then, or does it? Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, booked up forever and a day. We book a year and a half.
Wow.
And someone was trying to book 2 years ahead the other day. I said, "Gee, that's just too far. How can we be married that long?" You know?
Right.
I'd say that, but my goodness,
So-
2 years. And,
Are they even engaged yet, or they're hoping to be engaged?
yeah, I really wanted to ask that.
So can I ask how much to do a wedding here? Right now?
All we rent are the tables, the space, the tables and chairs are what we provide. Food, booze, DJs, that's all someone else. So ours, this floor is $1,250 plus a $250 cleanup damage deposit. Upstairs is $1,500 plus a $250 cleanup and damage deposit. So under $2,000.
Okay, and this is April or May of 22, so
Yeah.
if they're watching down the road here.
Right, yeah, this is May of 22. Prices are always subject to change, but we haven't changed them in years, so.
Yeah. So that tunnel that goes from the poker room to the,
See it?
yeah, we saw what door it was, but
You want to look at
love to.
it? Cleaning people come in on Monday and Thursday, and
Wow, we're getting a little special tour here. And what's your name again?
David, I'm the
And
director.
And you're the director.
Right.
All right, cool.
So back here was Prohibition days nationwide. Oklahoma was a fairly new state, so we had prohibition both in alcohol and apparently in gambling too. That's changed these days. In those days, that's what it was. So off the beaten path was the poker room. Two things about the room. One, there's no window. It's the only room in the house with no window. And secondly, there's no ventilation. So you feel how cold it got once we walked through here. It dropped 20 degrees about. That was presumably so the cigar smoke wouldn't go through the entire house. It would stay in here. A floor-to-ceiling safe once had a combination lock on it. Rather than shelves of money that you might expect, what's actually behind here is this narrow spiral concrete stairway that goes above us to the hidden whiskey room.
Oh, it goes above.
It goes above where nobody would ever suspect. These little narrow 18, 20-inch concrete steps do spirals up into that. Outdoors, you're underneath the North Terrace. And we would be underneath the North Terrace and nobody have any idea that the roof of the terrace is actually the whiskey room.
Huh.
And then, in order to bring it in, this is 300-foot underground tunnel.
Yeah, it's wet right there.
Yeah, we won't go all the way out here, it's cold, but it's leak.
So this is the original underground
This
tunnel?
is it. This is exactly what you see. So past that farthest light bulb, there's another S curve, pretty similar to this one. And then there's a T. At that T, you've gone 300 feet, a football field underground. And then the T breaks off and goes due west, and it goes to the artist studio, which is 250 feet away. So 550 feet, you can go underground through the maze of tunnels, never see anybody, they'll never see you. Great tornado cellar, great cool air to help the air conditioning. and a way to bring booze in at night when nobody's looking.
So how far underground are we?
Oh, 5 or 6 feet at this point. Just deep enough to be great insulation
Yeah.
and stay cool.
I hear talking down there.
Yeah, that's us.
Oh, it's echo.
That's us. That's us. If there's someone at the 550-foot mark, they could hear us now. They couldn't tell what we were saying, but they could hear us and know there was someone in here. If we were halfway down there, they could tell what we're saying. And we're just talking normal voices.
Yeah.
You know, we're not yelling or anything. There's just no. In fact, you can't whisper in here. It gets louder. And like, listen to this.
Oh,
Yeah. Feel like you just got shot in the back, right? Just from a
Interesting.
This was their escape route, and watch the puddle here. Their escape route, and also a way to brought some liquor in at night.
so any word on like some of the people that might have been sitting here? Little Rogers or what?
Well, Bill Rogers was in the house many times. Whether he was at the poker table, I cannot tell you that for sure. But he stayed in the house.
Yeah.
General Patton was here. I bet you he was at the table.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Playing polo. There are a few other stars from 100 years ago that are questionable. Clark Gable was questionable. I believe he was here, but there's no absolute in writing proof of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, people went through here.
Very cool.
Some of them were quite lucky and they were on that, and some of them not so much.
That'd be like me.
Yeah.
So, any stories? Do you know of any time they tried to get busted though by cops or anything, or not?
Everybody in town knew was here.
Yeah.
They were just waiting for the invitation to the next party.
Yeah.
Everybody, they all knew it.
It's a good thing.
Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. So,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. And your name was Dave?
David.
Dave.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, appreciate you. I'm Jay, and this is Lisa.
Jay, nice to meet you.
Wow, that was perfect timing. The battery literally ran out right at the end there. 2 hours in that Farland mansion. Wow, that was cool. That was cool that David to meet us. He said he saw our Simple Adventures on the rig here, and yeah, it was very cool. Very cool. What do you think of that place?
It was great. It was very unexpected. I didn't know really know what to expect, and just it was really great. It was amazing what money can buy. That's for sure.
As I said,
beautiful.
all it takes is money. All the different ceilings. Each one of those ceilings.
Well, the one in 14 karat was it 24 karat gold. That was really beautiful.
That last one in the, with the gold mosaic kind of.
Yeah, like the second floor kind of foyer there.
But it's kind of a scandalous. We didn't mention in there though that Lydia, the niece, it was not a blood niece. It was from his dead wife's side. So, technically it was not incest. But anyway, kind of
There's like a 25-year age difference though.
Yeah.
That's quite a bit.
Poker room, whiskey room. That's funny. That's funny stuff. So, but anyway, yeah,
and reading more on him and about what he did, and he really was really great to his employees. Because I remember he did Conoco. He's the one that was the creator, founder of Conoco oil, and so he was really great to his employees too. He gave them health care and dental care and built houses, and I just think that's pretty amazing for that time period.
very, very generous.
Yeah, very generous to the community.
So yeah, we know this is a little longer video, so we're going to end this here. We love you guys. Hit that notification bell. Share this with a like-minded person. You never know what you're going to see on our Simple Adventures. So anyway, love you guys. We'll see you in a few days.
See you on our next adventure.